control your mind, mind will say, well, like, you can keep playing that game with me. But when you don't try to, just watch your breath. Do what you need to do with awareness. No, I think that's what we got to do. That's how we start our day. Anyway, by the way, my name is Tamang. I grew up in the outskirts of Kathmandu Valley in Nepal, from Nepal, in a small village, very mischievous. I went to India for studying, even for my high school. That's why I was in Bangalore, southern India, for 6 years, studying at Krishnamurti's school. I don't know if you have heard about Jiddu Krishnamurti, and have you heard about it? Yeah. I was in his school for 6 years. And then further moved down to further south in India to do the course of Ayurvedic medicine. And then headed a Ayurvedic Panchakarma retreat center and a hospital there for a year. And then started traveling, got opportunities to move, I was invited to Europe, traveled a little, and then went back to Nepal, worked as a volunteer. And when I was actually working in India, my business partner, we have a business and I have a clinic in Southern California, in Orange County. My business partner was there in India for her own health issues. And doctors had told her that, okay, you will have to be on medications all your life. She was born and brought up in Tanzania, but with an Indian background. And she didn't want to take that, and she wanted to look for something else, and she came back to her roots to find out, okay, what's there for me? She came to India, and that's where we met, and she saw the results so quickly after having gone through some of the Ayurvedic treatments. She was so impressed because doctors had told her she had gone through all these different medical tests, and when you are told that you're going to be on these medications all your life, it's not a very pretty thing to hear. And again, within 2 to 3 weeks, a vast changes, and was able to see the differences in the way you feel physically and emotionally. And that made her interested in wanting to really bring this science here herself and say, okay, let's do something together. She had approached me, and I said, I said, like, yeah, why not? Let's keep that in an option, We kept in touch. Meanwhile, again, I got a chance. I traveled around a little bit. The funny thing is, I don't know if you've ever heard about something called diversity visa. It's called, it's a lottery for United States. I'm working in India. My brother casually with some of his friends gone to Kathmandu, and he had a picture of me in his wallet. So he just went and he filled some names, and he had given my name with my picture too. And he calls me and says, Ram, check this website, man, you've won this green card. I said, what's green card? I have no idea. It's funny because honestly I had no idea, and he's like, okay, this is something for United States if you are interested. I asked a few people around, I asked a few of my friends, colleagues, teachers, and so what is it exactly? And I was like, well, this is what it is if you're interested. And a present partner of mine, we were in touch, and so I told her, this is what had happened. And the thing is, she had inquired about opening up a clinic and getting me in here, and what was happening was she had been told you have to have the business at least for 3 years before you can actually bring in somebody. And so when I told her, okay, this is the scenario, she's like, my God, it can't be true. I said, well, it's true. I mean, you can check the website. This is where we are. Within 6 months, we found a place. We got here, we got started in 2005. Ever since, we've been promoting Ayurveda, practicing Ayurveda, doing Panchakarmas. We specialize in all of that. Initially, it wasn't easy, as I was talking with Rick this morning. It wasn't easy. People had no idea what Ayurveda was. And the worst of it all is our own Indian people. I mean, I was in a, like just a year ago, they had this IT, they had a fair for the IT software engineers, like, they had some thing. And we had a booth there for an Ayurveda. People knew, I mean, people who were born and brought up here, they knew, oh, we've heard about this. Our own people was like, I don't know whether they're pretending or whether they really sincerely didn't know. Sometimes, again, but the truth is, it was not easy to get across to the people and to have just that practice to grow with. And almost, every one of us do something on the side in order to support yourself. But for me, it was that or nothing, or be on the street. But the amazing thing is it kind of takes off, and in the past 5 years, the way Ayurveda has grown in the United States and around the world, in my own opinion, again, it has started a decade or more that Ayurveda has started to spread so much, that there's so much